but I just like to have, Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video I've got a Walmart grocery haul that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. We picked up some goodies, a lot of 0 point foods actually, so I'm going to start with those first because I like to start with the produce, but I'm going to be running through everything, giving the nutrition info and the WeightWatchers points, and just sharing how I use it to incorporate it to stay on track with my weight loss journey. If you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. You were making me nervous standing here. I feel like I was like trying to I thought I was going to mess up. I don't know. But anyway, okay. Adam and I just got our grocery shopping done, and that's always a good feeling. So now I'm just gonna quickly run through it so we can put everything away. Starting with 0 point stuff, like I said, fruit for us is 0 points. If you have diabetes and are set to the diabetic mode in the WeightWatchers app, then fruit isn't 0 points. But if you aren't diabetic and you notice that fruit comes up as points, you might have that setting wrong, so make sure you check that. But anyway, fruits are 0 for us, and we like to just have them throughout the day. Specifically, I like to have them after meals because it helps me to satisfy my sweet tooth when I crave candy right away, but I just incorporate them throughout the day to help make me more full and stuff. So bananas for protein shakes, for bowls of cereal, and then sometimes we'll just have them as a snack. Adam always just brings one to work. Grapes are my favorite fruit to have after, well, other than Honeycrisp apples, they're my favorite fruit to have after a meal because they're so sweet and juicy, and again, they just always satisfy my sweet tooth right away. So 0 points for these red grapes, and I'll probably have them with like a snack plate or after I finish my breakfast or lunch. And then I did get some Honeycrisp apples, which I have one every single day after I finish my dinner. So that's just a habit that I've gotten, and it really helps me to stick to. And even when we eat out or like go to someone's house for dinner, when I come home, I still have my Honeycrisp apple because it's just such a routine that I've been in. It helps me to get some extra fiber, fill up on some 0 point food, and then it is something that satisfies my sweet tooth until I have my dessert. Okay, it's been a while since I've made a big salad in the fridge, so I got some romaine lettuce, and actually I got a thing of iceberg lettuce too, so I'm gonna chop this up. I'll probably leave one of these for Adam because he likes to use lettuce on his sandwiches, but I'm gonna chop the rest up and make a big salad out of it so that I can just have salads before dinner, or sometimes I like to just have them with lunch. I'm not a huge salad eater, I never have been, but every once in a while I really do crave it, and it's been a good way for me to incorporate some more veggies, especially when I've got the lettuce already chopped. And then to it I'm gonna add some carrots. So I just like to use these matchstick carrots. Those are also 0 points, and sometimes I also use them for things like stir fry, but I'm gonna use some carrots. And then I got some sweet peppers in the fridge that I'll also slice up, and some green onions. So I just mix that all together, and that's gonna be my salad. Oh yeah, and I got some cucumbers. Where are those? So I got these, and I've never gotten these before. These are like the tiny cucumbers, but I feel like those will just hold up better in a salad if I prep it ahead of time. So I'm just gonna slice these up and mix them in with the lettuce, carrots, and the sweet peppers. And then that'll be 0 points. And really quick, I'll just skip to this. This is my favorite dressing lately. I always love the Bolthouse dressings, and we did get one of those today, but specifically for salads, I've really been enjoying this Olive Garden dressing, and this is their Italian, but it's the light version. For this serving of 2 tablespoons, it's 1 point on WeightWatchers. It's got 30 calories, 2 grams of fat, 2 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I just like to use this on my salads. It gives it a really good flavor, and for some reason I've just been craving it more, and it's helped me to eat more veggies because I want the dressing, so I just use a serving on the lettuce, and yeah, it's just a good salad option. So that's what I've been doing lately. I also grabbed some sugar snap peas to cook with the carrots, and maybe I'll do like a bell pepper or something. I grabbed some green bell peppers, but I thought that that would make a really good stir fry, so that's why I grabbed these sugar snap peas. I don't know what protein I'll do with it, but usually I'll do some type of stir fry veggies with a protein like chicken or even like ground turkey, and then I'll do like fried rice or sesame noodles with it. So that's the plan for these veggies. I got some blueberries that I'll just use for yogurt bowls. I've mentioned that recently I've been eating more yogurt in the morning, and when I have my morning yogurt bowl, I kind of prefer the fresh fruit like this. And when I have a nighttime yogurt bowl, I prefer the frozen fruit that I microwave, because then to me it just seems so much more indulgent and almost like an ice cream sundae. So that just is what I've been doing, and I like the blueberries in the morning. I feel like it's just a little bit more fresh, and it's always good to get more blueberries in. They're just a good 0 point food to incorporate. So Adam grabbed some of these for work. These are just something that's really quick and easy for him to grab and pack. He'll usually grab a couple of them, and again, they're 0 points on WeightWatchers. I just got some sliced white mushrooms that I'll probably cook up with some other veggie, maybe some onions, and then I was actually thinking about doing a big thing of burgers, so maybe I'll do some grilled balsamic onions and mushrooms. That's a really good mix, and I've got some Swiss Swiss cheese, and then I can put that on 0 point burgers. So I might do that with the mushrooms and the onions that I got today. I love these Simply potatoes. Today I got the hash browns because last time I got the diced potatoes, so I pretty much just switch off depending on what I have the taste for. This time I got these. They're the shredded hash browns. They're 0 points on Weight Watchers, 70 calories, 15 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and 2 grams of protein. And what I do is I just start cooking them up on the stove. I add some type of veggie to them. So sometimes I'll do spinach, peppers, onions, and I'll cook that up for a little bit, and then I'll add some eggs in, a protein, so ham or sausage, and then some cheese, and then it just makes a really filling breakfast scramble. And it's nice now that the hash brown part of it is 0 points. That's why I grabbed that bag, and it just stays in the fridge, and that's where you find them. They're in the refrigerated section at Walmart, not the freezer. And then to make some veggie mix, I just got some bell peppers and some zucchini. So I've got the onion for that as well, but I just always make veggie mix. I always have it on hand to add to meals. Adding the zucchini and the peppers just bulk it up, and they add really good flavor. And usually I do a pretty generic spice with them, so I'll do like garlic parmesan or something, but something that usually works well with every dish. Okay, going through a few other 0 point items I got. So in the freezer section, I grabbed a couple bags of these vegetable mixes. I've been using these for fried rice for a long time now, but I've also started using them for soup and ramen, and it's just a good option to have. It makes the meal much more filling. It helps me to get some fiber in and just like pack some 0 point foods in there. So this just has peas, carrots, green beans, and corn, and it's just become my favorite freezer vegetable mix. I buy some of these every single time I go to the store. Okay, I needed some canned mushrooms, which I don't use these all the time. I usually do prefer fresh mushrooms, but I do need these for some recipes every now and then, and actually the other night I needed them and we didn't have them. So I grabbed a couple cans of these. They're 0 points on Weight Watchers. I also grabbed some beans. So I had grabbed a few at Aldi when we went, but I needed some other ones. I needed light red kidney beans and some more pinto beans. So 0 points on Weight Watchers. They just help to add some protein and fiber to the meal and make it more filling. And then the last thing I got for beans, I've had people recommend that I try these. So they are just the Great Value seasoned black beans. And I just grabbed a can of them to try because I thought they'd be quick and easy to just throw together with a meal, maybe with some chicken. We have some leftover carnita chicken and we've got some tortillas to use up, so maybe we'll do something with that. But it's got 130 calories for a half cup and 6 grams of fiber and 8 grams of protein. So like I said, a high protein, high fiber option, and it'll be interesting to see how these pre-seasoned ones are. Okay, then a couple sauces I needed. I just needed some balsamic vinegar for recipes. I like to use this in my bread dip that I make, so I'll do some olive oil and some like garlic salt, maybe a little Parmesan, and then some balsamic, and then dip bread in it, and it's really good. I also got some Taco Bell mild sauce because I was out, and this is my favorite for tacos and taco bowls and stuff. I like it because it's not spicy at all. And it also reminds me of just having takeout food or fast food Taco Bell. But I also got some Taco Bell seasonings. These are the ones that I like to use when I make a big batch of taco meat. I just like this again because it's Taco Bell and we like Taco Bell, so if it can kind of taste like their meat, why not try it? And so that's what we like to do. I like to use 2 packets to 2 pounds of meat. You just add some water and cook the meat with that. And then I've got a bunch of taco meat prepped in the fridge that I can add to bowls, tacos, wraps, stuff like that. So I always just end up getting the Taco Bell brand. We've tried a couple others and we never like them as much as this one. So this is the one I get, and this is the mild one, but they do have some other flavors or like options for them. I think they have some spicier ones. This was just on sale on the end cap, so this is Adam's favorite buffalo sauce, and we grabbed a container of that. We also got some light mayo. This is the Great Value brand, so I've never seen this before. Usually I only see Kraft light mayo, so I'm interested to see how this tastes because I have actually tried another light brand and I really didn't like it, and so I'm hoping that's not how that goes with this. But for this mayo, it is 1 point for a tablespoon, 35 calories, and it's got 3.5 grams of fat and 1 carb. I grabbed some popcorn spray, so this is just like the movie theater popcorn spray. Whenever I make air pop popcorn, sometimes I'll melt real butter and then track it, or sometimes I just use like a non-stick spray, and that's what this is really good for, because then any of those like seasonings, it sticks much easier, and same with salt. So the air pop popcorn is actually 0 points, and this technically is 2. I try not to go over the top with it, but it adds a good buttery flavor. And like I mentioned, air pop popcorn 0, and we needed some more, so I grabbed a bag, and actually we already restocked 1 back there, but we got 2 bags of this because we really like air pop popcorn as a 0 point option. I like it because I'll make a snack mix with it where I'll take a couple snacks and just do like 1 or 2 points of different like chips or crackers that I like, and then I put it with a couple cups of air pop popcorn, which is 0 points on Weight Watchers, and it bulks it up and makes me feel like I'm eating a lot more and like satisfies that salty craving without overdoing it like I used to do in the past. I stocked up on some popcorn because we like to use that a lot. I also needed some panko breadcrumbs just for different recipes. So this, it just depends on the recipe I'm using. I think a 2/3 cup is like 4 points, but it just depends if I'm making something that's breaded in panko, or if I'm making like turkey burgers, then I'll use some panko mixed in. But for the serving of 2/3 cup, it's 110 calories, 21 carbs, a gram of fiber, a gram of sugar, and 4 grams of protein. Okay, this was something random that I grabbed when we were by the Taco Bell section. It is their spicy bean dip. So I've never had this before, but we like to do a lot of copycat fast food at home, and Taco Bell specifically is one of our favorites. And I thought this would be good because I have some leftover chicken that I want to use it with. And I thought maybe I could do like some taco roll-ups with it, or like bean burritos with a little chicken. So it's 1 point for the serving of 2 tablespoons, 30 calories, a gram of fat, and it's got 2 grams of protein. So I'm curious to see how it is, how much it tastes like the Taco Bell bean dip, I guess, or like the beans that they have, but we'll have to see how this is, maybe a snack review or something. Then we needed some milk. So first I got the Fairlife fat-free milk. This is 2 points for a cup on Weight Watchers. If you have 3/4 cup or less, it's only 1 point. So usually that's just what I do. But for a cup, it's got 80 calories, 6 carbs, 6 grams of sugar, and 13 grams of protein. And I use this for so many different things. I used to buy cashew milk all the time, but now I've kind of switched over to only this because it's got more protein for a very similar amount of points. And I feel like it kind of tastes the same. So this I like to use for cereal, protein shakes, or even just like different recipes. If I'm making mac and cheese or something, we always need a bottle of this in the fridge, and we go through it kind of quickly lately. But I also got a container of their chocolate milk. So this is 2% reduced fat. It is lactose free as well, like the other one. It's 6 points for the cup and 140 calories. It's got 4.5 grams of fat, 13 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 12 grams of sugar, and 13 grams of protein. The reason I grabbed this is because I'm just gonna prep a good amount of creamies, and this is our favorite thing to use as a base for creamies. There are 6 cups in here, meaning I could do 6 creamies with it, and that's probably what I'll do. I'll just prep them all at once. I needed some more Bolthouse Ranch. So this is 2 points for 2 tablespoons. It's 50 calories, 4 grams of fat, 3 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, and 1 gram of protein. And this is just a yogurt dressing. So out of all the different dressings we've tried, these are always my favorite. I always end up going back to them. I think they taste the most similar to regular dressings, and they don't have like a weird yogurty taste to them. I like to use them for anything I use ranch for, whether it's like a salad or if I'm dipping like chicken or some type of like appetizer or fries or something in it. This is my favorite ranch to use, and they do have a spicy one or like a fiesta. I can't think of what it is right now, but I've really been enjoying that one. But at Walmart, they didn't have that today. So the classic ranch is good. You can mix different things in it. Like sometimes Adam will mix some buffalo sauce and it's really good, or I'll do barbecue sauce. Yeah, I just needed to grab another thing of this, and it's always in the refrigerated section. So I grabbed one of those today. And then we got a new creamer to try. So this isn't like a sugar-free creamer or anything, but we're just gonna enjoy it in moderation. It's 1 point for 1 tablespoon, which was actually similar to the sugar-free one we scanned there. We figured, why not try this? So this is peanut butter and jelly, which Adam especially loves everything PB&J. I do too, but this got his attention. And anyway, this was something we wanted to try. It is 1 point for a tablespoon, 30 calories. It's got a gram of fat, 5 carbs, and 5 grams of sugar. I just put 1 tablespoon in my coffee that I actually made right now, and I kind of want to try a sip. Although honestly, this might be too hot still. This is just the Members Mark medium roast coffee, ground coffee that we made with our coffee pot. So I put a tablespoon of the PB&J. Okay, I feel like it tastes exactly like it smells, but it's pretty good actually. Yeah. It definitely is more of like the jelly taste, but I like it. Anyway though, that's just something we'll enjoy in moderation with our coffee, which I don't even have a hot coffee every day. Usually I have my protein coffees. Moving on, I got some yogurt. So I needed some plain non-fat Greek yogurt. This is just for 2 ingredient dough mostly, or if I do like chicken or tuna salad, but it's 0 points on Weight Watchers. Chobani is my favorite brand for the plain non-fat, and I just always need some in the fridge for different recipes. I grabbed a big container of the vanilla Greek yogurt I like. This is the NIKKIGETSFIT, and it's 3 points for the serving of 3/4 cup, although a lot of the times I'll just weigh out a 2-point serving. For that serving, it's 90 calories, 10 carbs, 8 grams of sugar, and 14 grams of protein. And then I was excited to see that they had one of my favorite flavors that's usually pretty hard to find, and that is the toasted marshmallow. So I grabbed a couple of these as well, because like I said, I've also been eating yogurt more, having it for breakfast in the morning, and I thought this would be really good with the blueberries. So these are 2 points for the container. They've got 80 calories, 8 carbs, 7 grams of sugar, and 12 grams of protein. Okay, I needed some different meats. Like I mentioned, I wanna make some burgers. I grabbed some 93% lean ground beef. That's what I'll use to do some smash burgers. And this is 2¼ pounds, so I'll probably just prep some and freeze them in the freezer, which I actually got these little square parchment papers. And that way when I prep the burgers ahead of time to freeze, I can just use these in between and it's just much easier. So that I'm excited about. It'll get me to prep some stuff ahead of time. And then when I have them in the freezer, it's just that much easier to prep them and make a meal with them. I got the ground beef for that. I also got some ground chicken. This is now 0 points on WeightWatchers. It's 160 calories, 9 grams of fat, and 22 grams of protein for 4 ounces. And usually I just start with the 4-ounce serving. A lot of people ask, how do you not overeat 0 point foods? Other than like the veggies and fruits, I'm not as cautious about portions, but when it comes to meat and stuff or beans, I usually just try to start with the normal serving size or the portion that it says on the label. And then if I'm still hungry, I'll go from there. But it is 0 points now for the ground chicken. Then I got some center cut bacon. So this was actually a bigger pack, which is good because it'll be nice to just prep the whole thing ahead of time. But this is 2 points for 2 slices. It's got 60 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, and 5 grams of protein for that serving. And like I said, I'll just prep it ahead of time and then add it to sandwiches, bowls, even like pasta. Sometimes it's nice to make a quick pasta salad when I already have the bacon cooked. So that's what I got this for. We needed some more of it and I'll just make the whole thing at once. I got these light Baby Bell cheese wedges, or I guess they're not cheeses, they're just little cheese rounds, but these are 2 points on WeightWatchers. They are 50 calories, 3 grams of fat, and 5 grams of protein for one. And these have become my favorite for snack plates, or sometimes I just crave cheese and grapes. And one of these with a handful of grapes is the perfect snack for me. So 2 points isn't bad. It's got a little protein and these have just been a nice option to have in the drawer in the fridge. I also got this new dip that I want to try. So it is a jalapeno popper dip. And this was over by like the sour cream and stuff, but the first ingredient was skim milk, so I thought it was interesting and might be a low point option, and it actually is only 2 points for 2 tablespoons, which isn't bad for a dip like this. So 60 calories, 4.5 grams of fat. It's got 2 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, and 1 gram of protein. And I'm wondering if it'll be spicy, but we're gonna probably save it for a snack review to try. We really like the Dean's French onion dip. We used to eat it all the time with potato chips, and so this might be a good option that we could incorporate, maybe with some lower point chips or crackers. Adam grabbed these breakfast sandwiches. So these are 8 points for one of them. They are turkey sausage, egg white, and cheese on an English muffin. 270 calories for one, 8 grams of fat, 31 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugar, and 18 grams of protein. And these are something that are just nice to have in the freezer if I don't prep him some, because sometimes I'll ingredient prep for the week and do like breakfast burritos or sandwiches. And when I don't have that done or when he doesn't do that, it's nice to just have these as an option in the freezer. So they're convenient for him to bring to work. Same with these. So these are the Veggies Made Great frittatas, and this flavor is the tomato basil, which we love. I think it tastes kind of like pizza and just so good. You can't even really tell it's egg in my opinion, but it's so good. Sometimes I'll heat them up and put them on some toast and make like a breakfast sandwich out of them. They're 1 point for one of them and 3 points for 2 of them. And the serving is for 1 for 80 calories. It's got 5 grams of fat, 5 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of protein. And they are gluten-free. Another freezer item that we just like to have as a convenient thing. This is random, but we just saw it on the clearance section, and it's the Halo Top peanut butter chocolate cookie mix. So we've had it before. It's a lightened up cookie mix and we just enjoyed it. So that's why I grabbed it for us. It is 60 calories for the serving, 2.5 grams of fat, 18 carbs, 6 grams of fiber, 4 grams of sugar, and 1 gram of protein. And that's for one cookie. So 6 grams of fiber is actually pretty high for that. I've recently gotten these like every time we've gone to Walmart as just a sweet snack. We tried them in a snack review and I really loved them. And they're just peanut butter date poppers. So I don't really taste the date that much. You kind of taste the banana and the peanut butter, but they're just the perfect texture and I just love them as a sweet treat. For the serving of 3 tablespoons, it's 5 points and 140 calories. It's got 6 grams of fat, 16 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 11 grams of sugar, and 6 grams of protein, but it's only got 4 grams of added sugar, mostly because it's bananas and dates. We love the Love Crunch dark chocolate peanut butter granola, so we grabbed some of this. Mostly I like to use it for yogurt bowls, and I'll just do like a 2-point serving, but the quarter cup serving is 4 points, 150 calories, 5 grams of fat, 18 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 6 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of protein. We also saw these and I was excited because I always check the Pop Daddy flavors. They're just cheapest at Walmart, but they don't usually have the birthday cake. So I was excited. We grabbed a couple bags of these. It's one of our favorite flavors. And although it scans as 3 points, I think I typed in the nutrition and it's actually 5 for the serving, but 130 calories, 4.5 grams of fat. It's got 20 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 5 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. And to me, these just taste like white chocolate dipped pretzels, but they're just like coated in like a birthday cake seasoning. So really good sweet option, but also salty. This is something new we're gonna try. It's just almond crackers. They're almond flour, balsamic vinegar flavored, and I thought they would just be good actually, like how they have it on the picture with some balsamic, mozzarella, fresh basil, and tomato, which I'm so excited to have fresh basil again. But anyway, the serving for 14 crackers is 4 points on WeightWatchers. It's 130 calories, 3 grams of fat, 24 carbs, and 2 grams of protein. And then the last thing I got, which I was happy to see that they had these, the protein Cheerios. I've really been enjoying. They are 5 points for the serving of a cup, but sometimes again, I'll just use like a 2-point serving on my yogurt and it's the perfect crunch. And I like that this has a little more protein. So for the cup, it's 150 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 24 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 12 grams of sugar, and 8 grams of protein. Okay, that wraps up everything that we got at Walmart today. That was a lot of stuff, but we really needed to stock up, even on just like some staple things like the Air Pop popcorn, balsamic vinegar, just like random things that I've needed. So it was nice to get those things and also some fresh meats and produce and stuff so we have meals for the week, and I'm feeling nice and prepared. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.